This works. Okay, for those on YouTube, I hope you can hear me. This is a bit of a test.
Bot Rix has correctly joined the channel.
This works. I hear myself. So Corbin, can you give me a check?
For those on YouTube, I hope
I'm checking now. I just refreshed it. No, I do not hear you at all.
I just heard myself, so I can you give me a check?
There it goes. It just started
now.
working.
Okay, so this is the Bearthoughts podcast. We usually do this every Friday at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. We are trying on YouTube vertical streaming. So I hope this is what people are more into, because I was told by an associate of mine that this is, they just find it way better for their audience and the people to watch and get more attention, eyes on his stuff. And also apparently it's good for us for shorts too. I know shorts are a big thing on YouTube. Still, I just have not used that one program to help me find best clips. Then again, I don't think it does that great of a job because it shortens a bit things. And also I know you can do up to like 3 minutes of a YouTube shorts, but it doesn't always allow for that. So yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Thank you for joining us this week. Hope you're here to have a good time. I'm still not quite sure what's going on with the D&D afterwards. Sorry for last week. We had between Clatter not able to show up, between Dazzling and then Dragonwood's internet or power was going out too. So it was just a cascading of problems.
I got an update on D&D. So we should be doing D&D tonight. It will probably be the one shot.
Yeah.
So your new characters, that we set up the other night when we were talking, since we weren't streaming, those will be the ones that we're aiming to play as tonight.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, we will have to see what goes on, but hopefully nothing this time goes bad. So let's just say count that as a W. All right. So I'm glad to see y'all here. We're gonna have a couple little chit chats here, and I want to just jump into one of them right off the bat. And again, I always say this is the forefront when I have anything of this conversation, and I just say, okay, I'm gonna say it's not dramatizing situations. It's just calling things what it is, a spade, and what not. And I don't know about you, Corvo. You don't watch a lot of Twitch streamers, do you? Like, you pretty much watch is me, your wife, and then maybe like one other, right? You don't really like just
I watch you. I watch Stealthy. I watch Purple. I watch Otter, and I watch GP.
Well, this last week, you just said right when Stealthy was streaming last week on Saturday. Sneaking Like a Clown was streaming, and I haven't seen that dude in literally years. Good to see he's still kicking and still alive. But okay, so I think Twitch needs to go ahead and this is the person that I also have a bit of a fondness to not like them on Twitch, and I think this is the time that Twitch needs to stop showing such a favoritism, and it's really gonna be like the death of Twitch if they do not stop it. And that is Hassan Piker. You heard of this guy before?
No.
Okay, so this guy, and again, we are not a political stream or a podcast. So if you're hoping for that kind of opinions and thoughts, you're wrong place. But this guy, all he talks about is political things. That's all his whole channel is all about. Everything about it. And to the point where I think he is, what is that, like an insurgent or something that like will push certain things and viewpoints, even if he might not believe. Well, he might be a radical, but like he pushes his viewpoints, even if he might not actually believe himself. And this past week, he had a debate with another person on stream, and he just pretty much just came out and said that he supports terrorism, and I think Twitch needs to go ahead and just remove people like that from Twitch. I think we need to remove ourselves from such a political extremism. Remove ourselves from that. Twitch needs to go ahead and just, like, it's supposed to be a friendly website for kids and all ages, right? It's supposed to be friendly for everybody. Right. Why do we have somebody with such a extreme ideology on Twitch? People that literally are hoping for people to get PDST. Am I saying that right? on Twitch.
PTSD?
Yeah, like literally wishing that on people, literally calling out, calling out and saying they were literally talking to terrorists, and pushing his ideas onto young, impressionable people. I think that Twitch needs to, like, they even have it in TOS, the term of service, you're not supposed to be doing that in any capacity, yet they're allowing these people on there. I think Twitch needs to go ahead and just end it, or Twitch will die. I'm not even joking. I think Twitch is gonna die within the next year or two if this keeps on going, or even a year.
Let me see how to say this. I would say that whether it's them dying or not, I would say that there's a very real possibility of it having a severe negative impact at the least.
Yeah, like sponsors.
Just from the aspect that if you look at the OG people that come to Twitch, they came there for gaming. They came there for conversation on gaming. And at some point, those people are going to get tired of the bullshit, and they're going to say their piece. And either Twitch is going to listen, and then people are going to get booted, which means they had to be prompted to action, which is going to leave a bad taste in people's mouth anyway. Or they're not going to listen. The people are going to feel like they're not being heard, and they're going to leave Twitch.
Yeah. It's like, get this. Like, okay, you might know this name. This happened this past week, and you may not even like the guy. I don't have a hate boner for him. I don't always agree with his opinions, but it is what it is. Sometimes he can be correct, and sometimes I don't think he's quite on board. Tectone, the guy that used to be really big in Genshin Impact, he called a girl that said that she hopes that our soldiers in America should get PTSD. They should all just get PTSD, and they hope they all suffer from it. He called her fat. He got banned from Twitch for 2 weeks for calling her fat. But yet she can say, but yet she can say stuff like that and not get banned.
Okay. Wow. Talking about a double standard, shit.
Yeah, and Hassan Piker and that girl are friends. Yeah, it's fucked up. It's like, why? Like, if someone just called me retarded, I would not wish them to be banned. That's not how I go. Someone calls me chubby or fat, sure, okay, call me chubby or fat. I don't have no problem with it. But yet, she gets called fat, and it's like, oh, we're gonna ban you for I can't say hate speech, because he might hate her, but I don't know if that's hate speech. It's like, well, just call it a spade, I guess. Like, she's a big girl, right? She's kind of big. She ain't huge, but
right. I don't know, man. I feel like that was taking it a bit far. I feel like you're punishing the lesser of the two evils instead of the greater. I don't know how I would feel about that.
Yeah. So I have a feeling that advertising is going to start coming down. I think advertisers start seeing this kind of stuff, and they're going to want to pull themselves away from Twitch because they don't want to be associated with those kind of people on Twitch. So that's gonna.
I don't want to be associated with that shit. I wouldn't want that shit to pop into my chat while I'm streaming a game or while we're doing our podcast or anything that we do. That's terrible. I mean, you have seen personally how both me and Stealthy react in chat to people being that way. We don't react very kindly because if you're not going to have the common decency to be kind yourself, why the fuck would I be kind? You know, Stealthy sometimes is a little more vocal about it than I am in chat, and but the point still stands. I'm not going to be in your chat and listen to someone call you fat or talk shit about you.
Yeah.
Not in a way that I know that you're not comfortable with. You know what I mean? That's going to piss me off for two reasons. One, I'm there because I'm there to watch you. I enjoy what you do, and I enjoy the entertainment you give me. And two, I know you. You're a friend of mine. And I'm
Yeah.
not going to tolerate people talking shit about my friends. It'd be like if I was streaming fucking Darksiders and you were watching me and somebody popped in and started just going fucking ham on me in stream. You're not going to tolerate that shit either. It's just you're not.
Yeah.
People have feelings. So some people cannot help their physical appearances. There are medical and or life events that cause you to have those situations, and to be insensitive or unwilling to see uh, that your comments could be causing harm. That there's no place for that, in my opinion.
Yeah. I just don't think there's certain things that I just don't like. Yeah, he got banned, right? He got punished. He knew he was kind of wrong for calling her fat. But the other girl said some things that are much more extreme that he himself holds very dear and near to himself, because his family was a part of the military. His family served. So he has a deep connection to that. When he heard her say that, it's like, that is literally against the TOS, and that's something that really highly offends me as a being, even though I never served him himself.
Well,
I never served either.
Part of it is that it's not even like she said specifically him or targeted him.
No.
She targeted an entire group of people that 90% have fucking nothing to do with him.
Yes.
Which just goes to show, that goes to character. If you're willing to go into shit just because of your disagreement with one person, to me, that is a vain person that needs to make the biggest show. You know, I need to be heard the biggest. I need to be the loudest. I need the attention on me.
Yeah, and that's what the same thing with the Hassan, because he needs to be removed. But he's one of the biggest, political talkers on YouTube, on Twitch, and kind of on YouTube. Even though the people are starting to surpass him, and the other person that's surpassing him has entirely different kind of view and opinions on certain things. I just don't understand why Twitch, because like they're literally known. He's literally said he supports terrorism. And I'm like, wow, you admitted that. You just on live on your channel. That's a bad look. Bad look. And Twitch is allowing for it.
Think about anybody who had family that were affected by 9/11 reading that shit.
Sorry, wife just showed up. But yes, not the people that have that memories and have that forethoughts in their mind every single day, and reminding themselves that they will never see their family and loved ones ever again because of it. That's not something I would wish that on anybody. And yet that person is just gonna go, yeah, I support it, bro. You're you're pretty much supporting people's nightmares. But Twitch is allowing for it, and I do believe that's going to bite them in the ass, and it needs to bite their ass sooner than or later. Okay, so this one's going to be kind of a short one. This is kind of like a little bit of a more side note from me, because I used to play Overwatch a lot, and Overwatch is doing a collaboration with Street Fighter now for their game. And I am hoping to God that they don't go and bastardize the characters that a lot of people love and know from the game, and don't change anything to try to appease people or make them feel like, oh my God, Chun-Li is wearing a what's it called? Like a caveman drape in front and back. I don't know what you call that. The little fabric in the front and the back, but the thighs are still showing out. They don't go.
There is a term. It's a type of Asian Chinese of apparel.
Yeah, attire
that they wore back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I'm like, just don't change that. They also have the guess all she wears is a green bikini, and everything else is out with a little head turban or little head hat, little French hat, beret. Yeah,
Cammy. Her name was Cammy.
So I'm like, characters like that, like you can't very much, like if you change their look of their characters, people are gonna be like, we see what you're doing here. Is it really that character at that point? But they have changed over the years.
Here's the other thing that I'm worried about. With everything that they've been doing with Overwatch, they're moving further and further away from the original vision.
Yeah.
Overwatch was originally a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
Or a military-esque game. And now you're putting people in there that have the ability to do a kick and shit. Special magical, let me do chi blast. Are we still doing Overwatch, or are we doing Overwatch adjacent at this point?
So, someone said in a video, which I kind of agree with them. Overwatch, when it was being first made, the skins in the game were all based on events and things happening in the world of Overwatch. So when the new skin came out in the game, that was supposed to hint to a new lore or a new story or a new event that the world was now going through. So all the skins matched that world, right? There was nothing outside of that world, or nothing on those characters that did not have to do something with those characters. But now they're pulling in Gundams, was the last one, which I love Gundams. Gundams are like, I have a bunch of Gundam figurines behind me. Love Gundams. But Gundams in Overwatch don't quite see the story behind that unless Gundams start showing up in Overwatch. Street Fighter characters, is the Street Fighter world in the same world of Overwatch? I don't really think so.
DBZ? I mean, really? My problem is that it's
My Hero Academia? Sorry.
If they had split it up where only these types of characters can compete in this area, that would make sense. But you're going to really put a guy with an AK-47 in a match with somebody that can do a chi blast from the other side of the fucking planet. How the fuck is that fair? It's not.
Well, Chun-Li is Tracer.
They are trying to copy Fortnite.
Yeah. They're trying to get that audience. Like Fortnite was like, they had a reason for that. Fortnite literally was like having people go through like time warps and going through portals to other universes, and they were like they were jumping in and out of like alternate realities and had like big old like cinematic events happening in the world, destroying the entire maps.
They were Marvel multiversing.
Yeah.
Where the fuck have I seen that before?
Like they literally had Dragon Ball Z, My Hero Academia, Marvel Heroes, the Spartan, Halo Master Chief. I'm like, they literally, and then they have like some streamers and then some music artists. I'm like, they're all over the place because they built it on the world of that world, right? It was totally a cash grab. It was totally a justification.
You're supposed to be able to travel from world to world. I get that, but still, my point comes back to, at no point is it fair to take a man who has no other ability but to pull a trigger and put him in a fight with a man that can summon the power of the planet into a blast that can annihilate half the continent?
Yeah.
It's just not.
It's like, it's weird to see Goku run around with the AKs.
Again, I go back to, it would have been okay if when you went through that portal, you had to take on the characteristics of those people, you know? But just allow shit. I'm gonna tell you now, AK-47 or not, if a superhero lands in front of me, I am not picking a fight with that bitch with nothing but a gun.
Yeah,
not happening.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Street Fighter thing. Overwatch, when I first saw it, I even have a bunch of Overwatch figurines behind me too. It was a new world, and I thought it was going to be going toward going from a arena shooter, whatever you want to call it, competitive shooter, to a maybe more of a Halo style, like there might be a story driven, so I can actually play the story with those characters. And now they decide to go and finally, after so long, implement where you can actually choose different abilities for your characters throughout the matches, and people are really liking that. And I am also I'm happy for that. I'm glad for the people that are still playing it, but I feel like I was cheated out on. I feel like I was cheated out and being able to enjoy that, because I was left with such a bad taste after Overwatch 1 was so neglected, so left high and dry, and Overwatch 2 came out with so many promises, and then I was left high and dry. And now that I moved away from it, I haven't touched it and God knows when, to other games and other prospects, I'm like, I don't want to go back there and be like just an abusive spouse. Like, oh, please, let me play your game again. Please let me enjoy your game again, just for it to be slapped later on. I'm like, I don't want that.
Right. You don't want to get your hopes up only for it to be the same shit again.
Yes. Even if it's later down the line. That's not what I want in my life right now. And honestly, I could like a lot of games. I still play Marvel, I still play Gitchin, I still play Zenless Zone Zero. I touch other games here and there, and when the DLC for Sea of Stars comes out, which is I don't know if you remember that game, that pixel game on for Nintendo Switch, which, by the way, LP gave me a copy to the game. So when the DLC comes out, I will be streaming it, and I will be giving away a copy of Sea of Stars to one lucky person. So if you're interested in trying the game, you might be the winner of it. The code is, I have the code still. I will be giving it away once the Sea of Stars comes out on this month on the 20th. Which, by the way, I don't know if you even downloaded it yet, the game I sent you, or?
No, I was planning to do that in the morning when I got up.
Okay, because I know I gave Corvo a copy of a game called Strict Shadows of something. I forget the title. I bought this game a long time ago, and I absolutely love this game. And it's kind of like a multi-path. Like you either can kill everybody, or you could be really sneaky, or you could be between the two, and you're trying to figure out why there's a goblin that you're playing as. He can't remember who the heck he is, and you're trying to figure that out while going through the world. It's actually a really fun game. It can be really challenging, but also you can just go around murdering everything if you want to. You just have to be really, really good, because you will die.
Anybody that would do that shit.
And they came out with 2, which I played 2 as well. So I figured I played the whole storyline, figure out what happened. There's 2 games of it, so if you like the second one, I'm sure you can buy the second one at a cheap price. But I had a lot of fun. My beard's itching. Oh God, my wife doesn't want me to shave my beard because she wants me to grow it out long again. I'm like, beards just make me itchy. It makes me, it's hard to keep up a good beard. We'll just go put some oil in it later. It might be just dry. Okay. So that's what I had to talk about. I can't remember the other topics I had.
So I got one for you.
Okay.
So have you ever had a job where you get in a specific mindset doing this job? Whether it's answering the phone and you being used to saying, hello, well, thank you for calling, blah, 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 or whether it's getting used to saying a particular phrase to a customer that comes in. You ever had a job that you get into, you've done it for a little while, and you start finding that it's hard to turn that shit off when you leave?
Now, when you say turn that off, do you mean like turn off the way you process things, or turn off the way...
So turn off your reaction. So here's an example. Let's say I'm a customer service representative and my job is to answer phones, right?
Okay, yeah.
And every day when I answer the phone, I say the same shit. Thank you for calling customer service. How may I help you, right?
Yes, okay.
And then you go home and you get a call on your cell phone, and because you're so used to saying this shit, you don't even turn it off. You answer your phone. Thank you for calling customer service. How can I help you? Oh, shit. You ever had a job like that? Because I can tell you for sure that at least one person in this room that I'm sitting in had that very experience about an hour ago.
See okay, I can totally see that, but being that what I've worked in my field in life and so on, I have never had to experience that, but I do have like I told people before, I've cooked for 15 years throughout my life, off and on. I absolutely hate cooking now because everybody else that comes into those restaurants are just the most self-entitled pieces of I've ever had the displeasure working for and working with to make sure their food comes out either on time or the exact way that they want. It's just, I hate cooking now because of that. I'm good at cooking. I know I can cook good. I've always knew I can cook good. I used to love cooking desserts. It's my favorite. But I hate cooking. Like with almost a passion, a loathe. And I shouldn't have to feel like that at work.
Text green game over.
Right. I agree with that. I mean, like with what I do, a phrase that I say every day, probably 100 times a day is, how can I help you? How can I help you?
Yeah.
So it gets to a point where sometimes people walk up to me outside of fucking work and I can see them coming and the first thing out of my mouth is, how can I help you? When what I'm really thinking is, go the fuck away. But it just comes out, and then once you've said it, you're fucked, you know?
Yeah.
I was just wondering, like, have you ever been Pavlov by a job so bad that you just can't turn that shit off sometimes?
I think it's almost ingrained in people, or jobs almost do that deliberately so they can have almost a repetitive drone.
Laying here PC died lulz.
Law. You're saying like I've been in jobs before, and I worked the lines on many shelf kitchen floors, and it could be muscle memory, but for others it's just memory, and we just pick up from where we left off as if we're being slowly turned and manipulated into becoming these almost factory line workers of a job where they want us like that so that we always are doing it. So we're always making and improving in at the company's workplace. And I can totally see that. Either whether it be intentional or unintentional, I can totally see a job going, we need you, a mindless little slave. So we're gonna make sure that when you're at home, you can't turn that shit off. So when you come back the next day, still on. No, there's no skipping the beat.
Now here's my next topic, and I'm sure this has happened to you. It's happened to me. I think it's happened to everybody at least once. Have you ever found out something about your parent or parents that you had no fucking clue about, and then when you found out, you were like, how the fuck did I not know that?
See, if my mom were to have that, or well, I don't talk to my father anymore for many reasons, but I don't talk to him no more. At least I don't intentionally don't talk to him. I just don't. I don't really have that thing about them. Then again, we are all humans, and I feel like when we get older, there'll be still things we're still discovering about ourselves, and when we discover it and start doing it, everybody else around us will be like, when the fuck did you start doing that? Like about a month ago?
I'm gonna make it better. What if you knew, but you didn't know you knew?
You knew, but you didn't know you knew. Blindsided by your own ignorance and your own, I can't say stupidity, but
this shit happened either yesterday or the day before. What day was it that he brought that paper home? The instrument paper. Day before yesterday, wasn't it? So Wednesday, my youngest child brings home a paper.
Yeah,
we all know that right now he is doing violin, and he's going to continue to do violin.
Yeah.
But this paper, he says, this paper allows him to not just take violin, but now he can play a wind instrument in the band.
Okay.
So he comes home. He has to write down. He has to write down three instruments he's interested in, from the one he's most interested in to his third choice. Right?
Yes.
Now, over the years, I have more than once told both of my children that I used to play specific instruments.
Yes.
I don't know if that shit got lost in translation
Uh-huh.
or what was going on, but we went through and let him listen to somewhat the instrument sounded like so he could make an informed choice, right?
Yes.
Well, his top instrument just happened to be an instrument that I played.
Yes.
So I go and get that instrument and I pull it out. Well, the first thing I get is shock and awe at the fact that I actually have this instrument. Bitch, what part of I played this do you not understand?
You
know?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
You know? Then I pull it out and I start playing. And then I get, holy shit, Dad, we didn't know you could play that. The fuck?
It is second
I
nature at
literally
this
have
point.
told you. I have told you this shit. I have instrument in hand. I didn't have it for, a wall ornament.
Yeah.
Hello? So, watching this whole scenario play out in their face and the wheels turning in the back of their head, it has not they have still yet to fully realize that not only did I play this instrument, I played this instrument for 8 to 9 years.
Yes.
And got several medals and awards for playing this instrument. And was for multiple years the primary soloist of this instrument for the school in which I played this instrument. They still are like, damn, I can't believe you play it that good.
Okay, next stream, this is what we're going to do. Next stream for you, you're going to get the instrument out, you're going to get on camera, and you're just going to take some requests, and you're going to start playing music. That's my idea. See where it goes from there. Can you imagine if you just picking up your instrument again, start playing again live on stream, and you start picking up in views and interest because you start playing music with your instrument?
If you grab it, I'll play a couple of bars real quick, but I'm not going to play a song without being prepped.
Yeah, that would be so sick. I'm just saying, I don't really see that very often. See a need, fill a need. Oh, by the way, this is a side note. So if I ever open up a manga anime / pizzeria like we talked about one time with you, in the other side of the store with the 3D printing, I heard somebody and I thought of this and like, okay, when I say the word slice of life, what do you think of?
A manga or anime?
Yeah. I'm like, wait, slice of life, pizza, manga and
That's
anime.
perfect. It's a great name.
A freaking great name. I was like, wow, that is so fucking clever. Oh, it's a double entendre. Literally means slice of pizza. Pizza's life, but it's also a genre in anime. It's being blocked out by your screen thing, but it came back. But yeah, I think you should just take it up, bring it out, and at one stream, just play a few bars and see what interest people get. Play some music and see somebody comes to the channel and goes, "Hey, I wanna make a what is it called? Not a recommendation. What is it when you ask for a song?
Request.
Request. Yes,
right,
make a request and.
I don't know if you can see this.
I see the that's it. I see
Well,
this thing. I don't see the rest of it because
Yeah,
you have to get closer. Get closer. Oh yeah, I'll put it in front of your body. That works too. That works. Yeah. And then it's
yes. Hang on.
I see nothing.
You can't do it there. That's not where you do it.
Okay, where do I do it?
Move your hand. I'll do it.
Hey, the background thing is cool, right? But at this very moment, we kind of need not to say it so we can. There we go. Turn it back on once we're done.
Okay. So I'm waiting for a stream to catch up because I can't really tell.
We see the sax. We see the sax.
Okay, this is
It's
a trumpet. This is a trumpet.
Sorry, trumpet. The trumpet.
Now, this thing is different than most trumpets because it is not brass.
Okay, is it bronze?
No, it is sterling silver with a 14 karat gold plated bell.
Wow. Okay, that needs some. Not gonna lie to you, needs a little polish. Need a little polish.
I did not buy it. This was a gift from my grandparents.
Mm-hmm. That's a gift.
Back when I didn't have the money to afford one this nice.
Yeah.
And me and this thing here have been through a lot of shit together.
Yeah.
To be honest, when I picked it up a couple days ago, I wasn't even sure if I could still play it.
Oh, the nose gate. Nose gate, cut it out, or you can put it toward the mic, one of the two. Nope, it's it's too high of an octane. We have to turn it off. We have to turn the noise gate off.
Yeah. Anyway.
That or somebody, hey, could just be that somebody needs speaking while it's going off, so.
So.
Go away.
This horn now used.
You want me to say
is
try to play?
Like $2,000 used.
$2,000 used. Wow.
So you can imagine what it cost when it was new.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed over the years knowing me, a lot of times when my hand is resting, you'll see this pinky a little high.
It's because it hooks onto the little bottom part, right? Yeah.
I held this damn thing for so long with this pinky right here.
It hooks it.
That it's just the way it happened.
Yeah.
I'm also one of the few people that you'll meet that can play ambidextrous on this thing. So when I picked it up and I started playing, they freaked the hell out. They were like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "I literally told you there is shit around here. Trophies, plaques, medals. I mean,
maybe your kids are AI."
I'm like, I did not hide this shit from you. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. And I don't know, man. It's funny because it got me to thinking about shit like when I found out my parents had other children. Like,
yeah.
You're like, you know, you're kind of like, how the fuck did I not know this?
Well, then again, I even asked my mom, like, all honesty, because my middle brother, Jordan, nobody knows his last name, so it won't matter. But yeah, anyways, my middle brother, he's the tallest out of all three of my brothers, or all two of my brothers, if you want to count all three of us together. And he has the most of difference of emotions and way of thinking, and sometimes even looks at times, and where you can kind of see where we're kind of similar. And I always told my mom, like, if you ever came up to me one day and tell me that my middle brother was from another man, I would believe it. She swears up and down it's from the same man, from my father. I'm like, okay, but I'm just saying, if he ever come out, you tell me that my middle brother is just more like my stepbrother, I will believe it, because he does not look very much like us at all. Some similarities, but not fully, right? We're still blood brothers, and we actually are brothers. But it just feels like seeing him is like, where the fuck did I come from? I want to be tall like you, asshole.
Yeah. I got that same. We got kind of those same things going on in our family. Like, dude, I have stories that aren't mine, or else I would tell them. But I can tell you that finding out that I had siblings that I did not even know about at the age of 10 was not in the least the biggest reveal that come to my life over the years. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of weird stuff. Little man, while he was at the game shop, he wants to show you something. He got some cards, Grumpy.
Pokemon?
Yeah, Digimon cards.
Okay.
So you got.
Oh, I like it. I like that one. That was like generation
Pokemon.
2 or
That's
1?
the first one.
That's
I know.
Gen 1.
Gen 1. I couldn't remember
It's
Gen 1 or Gen 1 2.
and second evolution.
Yeah.
I've been keeping this. That's not Digimon. That's just.
This is one of the cards.
That's Gen 1 too.
Keep them coming.
That is.
Oh, I like that one.
And
Really like
Of
her
course.
fully evolved form. Oh, that one looks weird. Wait, is that the angel? Yeah, that's the angel, right? That's his final form?
evolved form.
That is Magna Angemon.
Yeah, I think that's his final form.
And then we all know our little punchy cactus.
Yes.
Ikakamon.
Yeah, it's definitely Generation 1. That's
That's
the
the
evolution.
Pseudowad.
Oh, okay. I was like, I can't see his face. So much going on there. All right, some of the trainers or some of the kids from the cowgirl. I always remember her. Previous evolution of the fairy. The main MC, pretty much.
Oh, this is a good one.
That's
Oh yeah, that's the second evolution of the little little seal like Digimon. I
one
forget
with
his name.
Matt and TK.
The friend of the MC.
Insuman.
Previous evolutions. Yep. They're baby evolutions.
And then Angemon.
Yep. The angel
Final
before
one.
the final form.
You're gonna love.
Now this last one, it
my
is
favorite Digimon.
absolutely a beautiful card.
It's my favorite Digimon.
Oh yeah, is that the dog Digimon?
Yeah.
His final form?
Hold on, before I go, I have some.
It is Metal Garurumon.
Yeah, I think that's his final form. Yeah, I remember watching that, and that was something we were talking about. Okay, so good that you brought the Digimon up because I like Digimon. I've always liked Digimon, and I've always liked Pokemon as well. And I try to pick up the newest season of Pokemon, and it's getting to the weird point, right? It's getting to the newest season. Yeah, they're stretching things. The newest season is of a little girl that doesn't quite know herself. And she gets one of the new starter Pokemon, which is the grass cat Pokemon. I forget his name. And she's carrying around a medallion that her grandmother gave her. That when she gets in danger, unknown to her until she gets in danger, pops out from the fairy medallion from which your grandmother gave her into a Pokemon that puts up a shield around her and protects her, right? From any danger and kind of like floats her in the sky. And once it's done, it goes back into a medallion and back onto her neck, around her neck.
All right, he has two more cards for you real quick.
Oh, I wanted that one as a figurine. I love that one. I wanted a figurine of that one, but never could get one.
The rest of his claws, though.
Oh, shit. That's cool. So the Metal Garurumon and the War Greymon cards connect when you put them side by side. If you look, the slashes roll through each other.
Oh, that would make me want to collect them just so I can have make a little collage and put them on my wall somewhere. I wouldn't even use them. I would just put them on a wall.
Thank you, buddy.
Okay, so I try to watch it, and I try to watch a couple episodes. You know me, I'm even still watching that one anime that was trash. Still watching it because I'm hoping the story can outpace the graphics and the artistry of the show. And okay, maybe it's just a kid thing, right? Maybe it's a kid thing, but when I watch people do bad things and attack me and whatnot, and people are like, hey, we're gonna settle this with the duel of our Pokemon, I cannot but think, forget that. Yeah, let them fight. I'm coming for that ass. Me, myself, personally, I'm coming for that ass.
Hands.
Yeah.
This ain't about my Pokemon. This is between me and you.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, and then like, wait. These people are attacking me, and I have these powerful creatures that can really do a lot of harm, and I'm not gonna have them attack them? Oh, hell no. Get them. Me and you, bro.
Flamethrower, baby. Oh,
Yeah.
him. Not the Pokemon. Him.
Yeah, we're gonna settle this out, and we're like, and then when conflict arise, the characters always seem to do this. I give up. I don't want my friends and family to get hurt. I will go with you peacefully, quietly. I will sacrifice myself. Like, fuck that.
No,
I ain't going down like a bitch.
Down.
Yes, I ain't going without a fight. I don't get it. And maybe like Pokemon is like trying to teach kids. I don't really get what they're trying to teach them, because I feel like they're trying to teach them like to be a bunch of pansies.
Here's the thing, though. Like, I feel like that is something we develop as we grow up. Because when we're younger, we're happy to watch these shows. It doesn't really the thought process doesn't enter like, hey, why the hell didn't I just have like Team Rocket? Why the hell didn't Pikachu just fuck them up from the get-go? Fuck their Pokemon, get them. You know?
If there's nobody to share up Team Rocket.
Right. Why are we doing this? But when we're younger, you know, you don't think about that shit. Now, if you put me, adult me, in that situation, I'm not even gonna throw a Pokeball. I'm coming straight for your face. I'm gonna fuck you up before you can go. Guess this. You're gonna get a Gapple.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be hitting your ass.
Yeah,
your Pokemon are gonna be floating around confused because they haven't got an order yet because your ass is asleep.
Yeah, because I watched some of the old school Pokemon. Ash, whether people remember this or not, used to be a fucking gangster with his words to people. Like, he held nothing back about dragging and pulling people through the dirt, at least his English dub, about anyone and everyone around him. The boy was quick with the whip. And if somebody really made him mad, I watched the movies. Ash ran down Mewtwo to punch the shit out of him. Didn't work, but he tried. He didn't give up. He tried. He wasn't a little bitch. Everybody nowadays is like, now the TV show's like, oh no, we're non-conflict with each other or anything otherwise, and we're just having a Pokemon fight. Whoever wins gets to win the argument or gets to win whatever for which they're seeking. I'm like, that. What happened to like the straight up like no hold bar? Just like, hey, we doing this? I'ma call your mama fat while I'm trying to beat your face. I missed that. Like, that was our childhood Pokemon. That wasn't to that extreme, but Ash was fucking gangster with this.
Think about watching an anime right now, and it's got two samurai about the duel, and instead of them throwing hands, they just throw their swords on the ground in front of them and be like, all right, my sword fights your sword. You know, it's like, no, bitch, I'm gonna come try to hit you in the face.
Yes. I just don't understand. Like, if I had kids, full stop, I had kids and I watched this, my kids, and then they see them watch this show and they're loving it. But I see them like the kid showing like, you know, don't be confrontational. Don't be trying to be fighting them. You know, let's work things out. I'm like, no, my child. You gotta stand up sometimes. You gotta get on your feet. You gotta be able to punch back.
That doesn't mean you go out there and you start fights with every fucking body you see. But if they start it, fucking defend yourself.
Yes.
You know?
And I get it. Like, Pokemon are supposed to be these strong, you know, very dangerous creatures. I fully get it. But you can't go up to somebody going, all right, we have a conflict. Let's play a game of cards and see who wins. No. You can try to work it out, talk it out, but you just don't just go, I surrender. Don't hurt nobody.
Full house, I guess I win.
No. What?
Yeah. I was like, yeah, it's like playing poker for a fucking argument. I got a full house, I guess I win.
Yeah.
Bitch, please.
Your argument could be weak and you win a game of cards, but then everybody just take you for your word. Like, oh, everything proves otherwise. His argument and his reasoning is bad and terrible and wrong, but he got that full house. Jeez. Guess we're just gonna take it, you know? Yeah, he didn't murder just 10 people in cold blood. He got away with it because his card got, he had a roll flush. It makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
So I couldn't watch any more of it. Like it's still great, right? Because I always want my Pokemon games. I always said before, I want my Pokemon games to be like the TV show. I want characters, the Pokemon to be running around. I want them to be dodging. I want them to be rolling. I want each of their moves to have a different animation and like the effects come from the body. I want it to be like what I see in a TV show. Like this, like these Pokemon are not just standing there waiting for their turn and then getting hit by the move and then doing their turn. Like no, they're jumping and moving and flying and all that stuff. And I think that really like captivated my mind and going, man, this show is awesome. I want to play that in a video game. But video games at the time were not capable of doing that. It was turn-based. It was limited by the Game Boy because that's when it first was on. And even when it came to the 64, when it came to the GameCube, when it came to the Wii and Wii U's, like it was always the same in all of those games. And then they finally released Arceus, where you can actually go out in the world and actually see Pokemon running around, which I think they can still improve on that as well. I just want that to be in my video games, but the storytelling in the TV show is diminished, and I want to like it. I do. I want to watch it. I really wanted to give Pokemon a shot again. I'm like, man, this has been a long time since I watched a Pokemon series. Let's give it a shot. And I was immediately disappointed, and maybe we're at the age. I just don't think that's the correct messaging you should be giving to a TV show to kids. I'm not saying mine was.
It's all about trying to get across the non-conflict. Use other things besides yourself for the conflict.
Mm-hmm. You know, if you can't win, just give up. Just give up and give up yourself. Good idea.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure the character won't give up, right? It'll probably come like later on, like never give up, you know, always fight, and you know, be later on. But like when I first saw that, I'm like, man, I just the adults that were there were just like.
The thing is that's not the first show they did that shit in, and it's not going to be the last one they do it in.
Yeah,
because that's just the way it's. Now it's all about who you're offending, who you're pro, who you're con, who, you know, everybody is sensitive about something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you say fat, you get in trouble. You say skinny, you get in trouble. You say petite, you get in trouble. You say, well, she looked nice. You still get in fucking trouble because somebody somewhere is getting offended at whatever the fuck you say. And I don't know, man. I don't feel like it was that. I feel like people had thicker skins when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. It's frustrating.
I can't help but feel like it's just, you know, conspiracy. Conspiracy. I think it's just a bunch of brainwashing. Honestly, I think a lot of kids have been without us even noticing, have been like taught and trained. Like we can't be like this no more. It's like a generation of 2 of hippies. It's just like, come on,
right.
You gotta learn how to stand up eventually. And I'm not talking about stand up for yourself by getting someone banned from the internet. Oh my God. Oh. You removed them from the internet. You probably did them a service, honestly. You know, you probably did them a favor by getting them off Twitter or Twitch sometimes. It's like some people live online. And, I don't think my generation was perfect by no means. When I looked at old school Pokemon, it was better in every way, but the animation, because it's still the old school Pokemon and anime style drawing and animation for stuff, but it was still just way better in the storytelling. And we need to get back to storytelling and telling the stories. And if you want to make a TV show for kids, I understand you need to pull your punches a little bit, but your kids, they don't need to. I'll take that back. They don't need to. You should want them to learn how to stand up for themselves and how to fight for themselves and protect those
Right.
around them.
Because if
And
you don't, they're going to get run over.
yeah, I don't think you should ever illustrate in any means going, kids, don't fight. Just don't. Just give up and things will sort itself out. No, it won't. We don't want human don't work that way. All right, so that's going to be it for today. A little 2 minutes, 3 minutes earlier, so technically 2 minutes. So, yeah, we're going to have, hopefully, if everything goes right, we're going to see, with DD later on tonight, so stick around within the hour. I don't know on YouTube if I'm going to be doing a vertical thing. I'm going to try to set it up vertical on YouTube and keep on going, but I don't have a fancy layover. So if you want to see the fancy layover and with all the nice and bells and whistles, come over to Twitch and you'll see all that stuff. But those on YouTube, I'm gonna try to figure out what I can do to make this somewhat more feasible. Anyways, and I'll see you then. As always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all.
Guys.
Bye. For those who are on YouTube, I'm just gonna end it. So.